When I started coaching at Pembroke Hill, like I said earlier, I had a franchise, a business that I was working at, and it was probably about 25, 30 hours a week that I was doing, and I had a lot of flexibility with that, and I started coaching at Pembroke Hill, and the head coach at Pembroke Hill, Jeff Diskin, his dad, who was kind of a volunteer assistant, helped out coaching at Pembroke. He was the vice president of Kansas Gas Service. And so he came to me one day and he asked me if I would be interested in doing some contract work for Kansas Gas. And since I had already have a business and kind of an entrepreneur, knew what it took to be able to work and still be able to have flexibility and get stuff done when you needed to. I just started doing some contract work for Kansas Gas. Basically, I just was working on gas meters, just extra stuff that their employees didn't have time to do, and they hired me to do it. And so I started doing that, and it kind of evolved into a lot of work. And so I was able to hire a guy to help me do the work. Um, and it allowed me to provide for my family, number one, and then number two, it allowed me to still continue to be able to coach. So by the time I was coaching, probably by year two at Pembroke Hill, I was fully engaged in coaching and knew that I wanted to do coaching, um, you know, for as long as I could. The contract work is great. I still do it to this day. I don't physically do the work anymore. I have some guys that I've hired that helps me do the work. But as far as that goes, I did that for I think probably about 7 years, 6 or 7 years, until I got the head coaching job here at Avila. But I always did the work, kind of an owner operator, I guess so to speak, and I did the work. Had a guy or two would help me part time and stuff here and there to help me catch up, so I didn't fall behind in my contract work. But I did the work all the way up through 3 years ago, and once I was an assistant at the college level for 3 or 4 years, I was able to put myself in a position to build my resume up on the coaching side of things to be able to be a candidate to get hired for a head coaching job. And that's where I'm at to this day. I still own the business, and have guys that work for me, and I guess you could say I'm helping guys that are helping me here at Avila be able to continue to follow their dreams to be a coach as well. So that's kind of how that's all worked out.
Nice. And what would your advice be to young high school and college students just to follow their dreams and
I think no matter what your dream is in life, what your goals are in life, I'm a firm believer that you got to write your goals down, write your dreams down. Um, you know, make it known. Don't hold anything back. Don't keep your dreams, hidden. Don't be afraid to talk about your goals and dreams, no matter how big or small you might think they are. And then my advice would be to look at people in the profession that you want to go into. Um, Ask them questions. Email people, write them letters, call them on the phone, whatever it takes to find out as many um, things as you can about that, whatever that goal or dream is in your own life, whatever that is. Find out as much as you can about it. Read about it. Um, do your homework. Um, and I think the more that you can uh, specify, I guess, make it as specific as possible. Um, don't whatever your dream is, don't allow it to be so big and broad that you don't specialize and really focus in on on what exactly you want to do. You know, sometimes it's you might go after something and it leads you down the road to something else, and that might be the exact thing that you wanted to do, and maybe a year or 2 years earlier you didn't know that's exactly the specific area that you wanted to be. But I think ultimately my advice would just be write your dreams down, write your goals down, go after them with a vengeance, with intensity, and find out as much as you can about them. And the more you educate yourself on what you want to do, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road, I think that's what it takes to know to be able to know what you got to do today. Sometimes you can look too far ahead and not know what you got to do today to get there. Have your dream, have your goal, have a 5-year goal, have a 10-year goal, and then figure out what you got to do today to make it work.